we're going to be talking about relationships, or more specifically, cheating in relationships. Now, we all know that relationships are about as messy as the average League of Legends player's room. Now, despite this, I think that there's a lot of elements in relationships that can be explained by common sense and logic. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to cover the entire subject of cheating entirely. So for this video, we're going to be starting with a few questions that I'm going to try to answer. Why does cheating happen? How does cheating happen? And is there a way to resolve cheating? And what better way to answer these questions than to ask Reddit, baby? What do I do if I caught my boyfriend cheating on me? We've been together for over a year. This consisted of messages to several other girls commenting on their looks, as well as looking up OnlyFans models and hiding their conversation on his phone and blocking them from his stories so they couldn't see he had a girlfriend? Oh, nah. Bro, this is already over. This has happened once before. Bro, it's history. He was blackout drunk, and I caught him messaging girls asking if they were at the bar. I let it slide because I knew how drunk he was, and I didn't want to believe that that was the person he is. I'm curious if anyone has been in this situation, and if it's worth staying and letting him prove that he's changed. He has since deleted all the people he has been talking to, and is trying extremely hard to prove that he won't do it again. Our relationship hasn't been the same since, because I'm so hurt and angry all at the same time. He told me several times that he saw a future with me, talked about kids and marriage. Well, he was doing all this. He swears he never did anything physical with anyone. Even if he's changed, I don't know if I can forgive him. Well, I'll just be honest. Signs are not looking good for dog. This relationship has been going on for like a year, and this man already has a history of sticking his schlong in it. Now, maybe by some miracle, he somehow, while he was blackout drunk, meticulously got all these girls' numbers and then happened to say, hey, are you at this very specific bar that I'm currently at right now? Maybe he just happened to do that within drunken thought. But I seriously doubt it. He knows he's in the wrong, and that is why he's hiding it. So to answer your question, I honestly think there is a very low chance that he's actually going to change. On the off chance that you do decide to give him a second chance, know that it is going to take a lot of time and effort and energy to get this man straight. Is my gut feeling that my long-distance boyfriend is cheating on me correct? I and my boyfriend have been dating for about a year. We met at the end of undergrad, but are both currently doing our own master programs in different states. I fly down 1 to 2 times a month to go visit when I can. He currently works in a research lab through the school with other graduation students. I don't mind him having friends that are girls at all. He has like 5 girly friends, and I think it's cool. Except for this one girl. Let's call her Morgan. Morgan and my boyfriend have a really close relationship. When I'm back at school, he's gone over to her house, she lives about 45 minutes away, to just smoke and drink together. Excuse me, what the fuck? So this has happened multiple times, okay? This dude just casually drives 45 minutes out to this girl's house just to smoke and drink with her. And it doesn't seem to be implied that this is like a group event or anything. Is this just these two? He said he got too f***ed up and slept over like multiple times now. I currently just trust his word, but I have a gut feeling that something is off. You think? I met Morgan the last time I went to visit him, and I thought she was pretty funny. I didn't have suspicions because she had a boyfriend, but I'm starting to get suspicious because she deleted pics of her boyfriend on Instagram, and my boyfriend is getting more distant from me. I felt uncomfortable with Morgan from that point on, and this was a dumb move on my part. I asked what Morgan meant to him. He got really mad at me saying, am I not allowed to have friends that are girls? Yeah, he definitely sticking his schlong somewhere he's not supposed to. For the past couple of weeks, he's been asking me what I've been doing in certain locations for so long and keeps saying it feels as though I'm trying to hide stuff. I'm just saying, there's so many fucking red flags in this post that there's just no way this guy is not cheating. So I went and visited my now ex-boyfriend. Oh, now ex, huh? I wonder why. I didn't want to bring up the issue until the last day so there wouldn't be any extra tension going on. I kept noticing he kept snapping and texting Morgan. On the second to last day, I hung out with his lab friends, including Morgan, at the bar. Morgan was being too nice to me. Like, fake nice, but all the other guys/girls were pretty chill. Later that night, when we all split ways, one of the girls snapped me. Let's call her Kim. Kim snapped me saying that Morgan had been saying negative things about me to my boyfriend and would constantly be flirting with him. She said recently my boyfriend started flirting back, but they would do it secretly. What is so secret about driving 45 minutes out to somebody's house just to smoke and get drunk? What is secret about that? I don't understand. I decided I wanted to have a conversation in the morning when we were both sober, but he beat me to it. We both woke up and he said he wanted to talk before he left for the airport. He said that he wanted to break up with me because he couldn't stay loyal and exclusive because I didn't see him enough. Oh my God. He said that I have needs and I can't go that long without sex. He said that he's been feeling this way for a while, but didn't know how to or when to do it. I cried on the way to the airport, and when I got back home, I texted Kim saying thank you for letting me know and asked if she could keep me in the loop. I guess I need to do some self-reflection and try to be thankful that it's over. What kind of mental gymnastics did you have to do to even somewhat justify the actions of this dude? I'm just saying, if I was in her shoes and my girl went over to some dude's house that lived 45 minutes away to smoke and drink with him and was blackout drunk multiple times, so to the point where they had to sleep over at their house, I would be suspicious as especially if I asked her a question saying, hey, so what kind of relationship do you got with this guy? And then she blows up at me. All that happening, and you're still kind of just like, oh, I don't really know if he's cheating on me now. He is! Me and my best friend ended up sleeping together. What can I do? Oh, what the fuck, dude? Me and my best friend have known each other since we were kids and have been best friends for about 7 years. Since we grew up together, my parents and her parents always told us that we've had a beautiful relationship and that we are probably more than friends. Of course, that is not the case. I mean, to me, she's just a friend. I don't know if she would ever see me as couple material or anything. About 2 years ago, I had to leave my hometown to go to college. We kept good contact and met every time I came to my hometown. In one of these meetings, we drank a little too much and ended up sleeping together. Holy shit. How did you just go from to fucking lickety split in 2 seconds? I don't understand. The problem was that she was dating someone else. Oh my God. In the morning, we didn't talk about it. I just took a shower and went home feeling terrible. Later that day, she sent me a message saying, let's keep this as a way to strengthen the relationship, which I agreed to. What the fuck? Fast forward to yesterday, we met again at her house and her boyfriend was there. As we talked in the living room, I could feel her boyfriend's tension towards me. Since we were going to prepare something to drink, we went out to buy the ingredients, and at that moment, she told me that she had told her boyfriend, the same boyfriend that we cheated on, what had happened between us. Oh my God. We arrived from purchasing and the same situation remained as at the beginning. Her boyfriend decided that he was going to go home and my best friend accompanied him to the door where they had an argument, where she told him that I was more important to her than her boyfriend. Then he left and we chatted while drinking. One thing led to another and she ended up kissing me and telling me that it would be funny if we did it again after the argument with her boyfriend. I just couldn't handle it anymore, so I told her that I had to leave and run to my house. Oh my God! My friends told me that I should block her, but I don't know. It is a long friendship and I don't want to throw it all out without talking to her first about it. If your best friend is willing to step on her boyfriend's feelings like that, then sorry to say it, but she's just not a good person. I understand that y'all have been best friends for a long time, but that is just not something that you should tolerate in any way, shape, or form. Well, first of all, it's like y'all made the excuse the first time, like, oh yeah, we just got drunk the first time. Like, so yeah, we were just like not really thinking straight. But the second time, I'm not really sure if she's actually like drunk or if she's actually sober and saying these things. How do I ask my wife if she cheated on me without destroying our relationship if she hasn't? My wife, 32F, and I, 27 male, have been together for about 7 years and married for almost 2 of those years. We are expecting our first baby in late September. We've had problems in the past when I falsely accused her of cheating that was brought on when my wife's jealous ex-boyfriend sent her old sex tapes and screenshots of her chats after finding out that we had gotten engaged. That event almost destroyed our marriage before it even started and definitely left a scar in our relationship, which is the reason why I was reluctant to confront her about the possibility of her cheating again without any confirmation. A few weeks ago, I started suspecting that she had cheated on me when we had gone to one of her OB appointments. The conversation of due dates and data consumption was brought up. In my head, it wasn't quite making sense, as the period of time she would have conceived is when she would have been overseas without me. Last year in mid-December, my wife went back to our hometown in France to be with her family over Christmas and New Year's break. She was over there for a month. While she was in France, her ex-boyfriend, who also lives in the same town as France, had sent me another sex tape that I ignored at this time, believing that it was another shitty attempt to ruin her life, but later watched it after I started getting paranoid after finding out the date she would have gotten pregnant. I also have reason to believe that the video had been sent recently, taken purely based on the way she looked in certain physical details. I need to find out if she has been unfaithful so I can make some very important decisions in my life before it's too late. How do I ask her if she has cheated on me in a way that won't blow up our marriage and the family if she hasn't? What sort of approach should I take when I ask her? Update. Long story short, I showed my wife the video as many of you suggested I do, and she pretty much admitted to cheating without me having to ask anything. It also turns out she may have cheated on me multiple times. Oh, so there's a second post that goes along with the first one. I'm just going to kind of skim this one, just get the basic details. I sat her down on the couch to tell her about her video. I went to the conversation fully prepared with a list of things to say I had made with my therapist. I made sure not to make accusations or even make anything I said sound like an accusation, and was 100% prepared for her to blow up at me for not telling her about it sooner. I started by saying that I had received another sex tape from her ex. Then I went into why I didn't tell her immediately after receiving it or after she had gotten back from her trip. After giving my explanation, I asked if she wanted to see the video, which she said yes to. She pretty much immediately started the video as soon as I handed my phone over to her, which didn't give me a chance to get up and leave the room to let her watch it on her own. She grabbed my pant leg and started profusely apologizing. I said that there was nothing to apologize for, as this was from before when she met me, and that I should be apologizing to her for keeping it from her. She grabbed my hand and kept saying it was a mistake and that she wasn't thinking straight because she was drunk. Oh. Long story short, she cheated on me when she went on her trip to France with her ex that was sending the screenshots and videos. They ended up having sex after catching up at a New Year's Eve party that they were both at. They're both from a small town in central France with only a population of a few thousand, and apparently they had seen each other at the local supermarket a few days after her arriving at our hometown. She begged me not to divorce her and tried to bargain with me, promising it was the only time she'd... Wait, it would be the only time? What? Promising that she'd be a better wife to me, letting me have sex with any and as many women as I'd like, and even stooped as low as to offer sexual acts. Oh, what the fuck? I said I would only consider staying if she would do two things. Give me her phone so I could go through her messages and get a paternity test done. She instantly agreed to the paternity test, but was a bit more hesitant about handing over her phone. While looking through her phone, I found more evidence that she cheated on me on New Year's Day, as well as evidence that she had cheated on me one other time with her period tracker app. By this point, I had already made up my mind about the relationship and just left. I'm currently staying at a hotel and will be moving into my apartment that I've been trying to rent out for a while. I've spoken to both my solicitor and my wife and have agreed to go to mandatory counseling in order for me to be able to go through all the divorce, which will start in October. Holy shit. Well, first of all, I would like to say that you absolutely made the right choice with leaving her immediately. It's clear that if she's willing to offer random sexual acts that she wasn't willing to before, and is offering for you to cheat on multiple women to make up for this, it just shows that she's not very stable. What I'm essentially saying is that for her to stoop that low means that she is super desperate to keep you in her life, and you cannot deal with that. There's clearly a lot more going on than just her cheating. It's a lot of mental stuff that she honestly probably needs to get checked out on her own, because she doesn't respect herself even enough to just like exit the relationship with dignity. She has to stoop as low as possible until it's even possible to stay in this relationship. But then also evidence that she had been cheating on you with multiple people. Now, she mentioned earlier in this post that she would only cheat on you with one person. But if the evidence proves correct, then she's already flaunted this lie. It's Joe over. It's Joe over, dude. My girlfriend cheated on me, and I don't know whether she is serious about making it work. How should I go about trying to trust her again? She asked me to check her phone to see if her mom had texted her, and it wasn't her mom. It was a guy at her work saying how good of a kisser she is. I confronted her about it and she said,
"Well, I was going to tell you. I didn't want you to find out this way."
She then goes on to tell me that she hasn't felt seen in the relationship in a while. I told her that she should have told me that and we could have worked on it. We lived together and she said she was planning on leaving me, but had changed her mind because she said I've been doing better. I got a large promotion at work. Now I don't trust her at all, and I don't know if I should stay with her to try and make it work, or if I should leave her. Well, I'll be honest, my guy. I think this is a pretty clear example of, yeah, you should probably leave her. My best guess is that this relationship probably hasn't been going on for all that long, because she does not seem to respect you. First of all, when you catch her in the act of cheating, it doesn't really sound like she's trying to take accountability. What it actually sounds like she's trying to do is justify her actions, and she's basically just trying to say, oh, well, I was going to tell you, but you just kind of beat me to the punch. And then second thing, it doesn't really seem like she's actually in it for you. It feels like she's in it for your money. Her main complaint is that she doesn't feel seen in the relationship. Okay, fine. But you guys can communicate and work on that. Going out, hanging out with other people, that's not going to resolve the problem at all. If she isn't even willing to talk to you once, not once, she does not respect you. And on top of that, things are suddenly better when you get a large promotion at work. When you got more of that dough flaking in and you could possibly buy more stuff for her, suddenly she's all like, oh yeah, this relationship is going great now. Like, what was she doing when she was going out with other people? Was she hoping to scale up the food chain until eventually she got a better guy? Or was her version of telling you that she had cheated on you was basically making sure that she had secured the relationship first and then say, you know, I found a guy that makes more money than you, so I'm actually just going to leave you. Now, this is a lot of speculation on my part. She has no love for you. She has no respect for you. She really only cares about what you can provide for her in material goods. And she straight up cheated on you, so I don't even think it's worth it. There was 3 questions that we asked at the beginning of this video. Why does cheating happen? How does cheating happen? And is there a way to resolve it? Or is it an immediate breakup? To answer the first question, cheating usually happens because of some sort of external problem within the relationship. As for how, this could be neglect, this could be not satisfying your partner, this could be poor communication, or it could just be straight up immature decisions like in the last post. There's basically an unlimited number of things that can go wrong in relationships. However, majority of those problems can be resolved before cheating even occurs. The foundation of a relationship is especially important to make sure that you guys are able to resolve any problems before cheating is ever even considered a possibility. Communication obviously being the number one thing. In this last post, there was no communication. There was just full on, oh, well, you're not paying enough attention to me, so I'm just gonna go out and freaking jump on someone else's schlong. And is there a way to resolve cheating? Or is it an immediate breakup? To answer this one is pretty highly subjective and is generally taken case by case or preference by preference. But in general, I'd say there isn't really a way to resolve cheating in relationships. Depending on the severity level, you really have to work super hard and put a shitload of energy in order to just like repair that part of the relationship. And oftentimes, it just doesn't go back to how it was before. However, I would like to preface that there are different levels of cheating. There's physical cheating, such as the one that we've been talking about a lot in this video, but there's also emotional cheating. To define emotional cheating, the official definition says, emotional cheating, or from what I looked up, an emotional affair, describes a type of relationship between people. The term often describes a bond between two people that mimics or matches the closeness and emotional intimacy of a romantic relationship while not being physically consummated. But the problem with this definition is that it's so vague to the point where, like, how do you define, like, what is, like, the closeness that mimics a relationship? Is me saying I'm gonna kiss the homies goodnight considered cheating? It really depends who you ask, but if you ask me personally, I'd have to say no. I mean, if you ask another person, like somebody that's dyed their hair, they might say that the answer is yes, it is absolutely cheating. But the point being is that emotional cheating can easily occur because of boundaries just simply not being communicated well enough. Emotional cheating can potentially be repaired in a relationship because sometimes you just have to take a step back and reestablish your boundaries. As far as physical cheating goes, however, there is a whole process involved with that. Physical cheating, I think 99.9% of people can agree, is just unexcusable. The amount of effort and time and energy that it takes to physically cheat on somebody is actually a lot. It's not as simple as going to a bar, getting drunk, and then your brain just suddenly on autopilot, and then you just want to jump on something or you just want to stick your slinger in something. It's not as simple as that. It's a whole process. You have to go to a bar. You have to drink. You have to basically have the desire to do something to somebody else. Then you have to go to the process of getting to know that person. And then the process of going to a back room somewhere, back to their place, back to a private room, whatever. And then you have to go through the entire process of dropping your clothes and then doing the entire act for like 20 something minutes or 2 seconds if you're the flat. And then boom, there you have it. That entire sequence just happened. And yeah, a bunch of people are going to blame it on the alcohol, but there's a saying that goes, drunk actions are sober thoughts. So give me some food for thought on that one.